Well, hopefully
which is also a fun.
We're gonna hopefully get into that shit, right?
Yeah.
But
it is a weird because who doesn't love an origin story?
I just like to.
Two Shoes, episode 10. Guess Stevie Collins.
Yeet.
Pieces starts in the 60s and it goes to
I've never
the
even
2000s.
looked at one, and to see so many.
You've never even looked at a National Geographic?
I don't think I've ever opened a magazine.
Do you want to look at one?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna. Hey,
Keep it
you guys, listen. This is a fucking Woody Two Shoes exclusive.
Roll Tide.
You guys are seeing it here for the first time. Stevie Collins is gonna look at a National Geographic, possibly
or a magazine.
His first magazine.
Actually,
And that's how we start the podcast. Let's go.
You started off this episode by going, I'm not old.
Prepping for the zombie apocalypse, and we're prioritizing
PlayStations first.
PlayStation.
This is why we're going to die first.
Did I just get the golden fucking touch?
And then I have to explain to you websites.
You did.
That's what the Texas butthole tickler used to say when he ran away.
Trunchbull.
All right, good pull.
what the fuck did you
Dicks.
And Rich is fucking full blown making out with this lady.
Quality content.
Hey.
That really is the most elevated way to fucking start a podcast.
Don't gas me up like that,
I
dude.
will.
I'm a fucking bum.
I will.
Yeah, I'm a bum,
I know.
dude.
I'm going right
We're
for
trying
the
to-
ego. I
Yeah,
want you to,
well, dude. You know.
You know what, Thatcher? Tell me about you.
What a great guest. That was perfect. That's kind of an inside joke because we literally were just talking about how I need to talk less about myself. And then he's like, yeah,
So you grew up in the Cape?
Yeah, it's on the Cape.
Oh, pardon me.
Did you do that on purpose?
did,
You
I
did
did.
in the Cape?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
bet
you
your
wanted
ass I
me to
did,
do
yeah.
the on the Cape thing.
But I actually didn't know about the on the Cape thing. Is that like an actual local fucking? Well, first of all,
Cape Cod is a. All right, so this is a whole argument too. It's a peninsula, okay?
Yes.
They turned it into an island because
Did they really?
technically a canal is a body of water.
Yeah, that's true. Even if it is like 30 feet
Man-made
wide.
canal. I'm like
Yeah.
a body of water, like because I still have a childish brain where I'm like body. That sounds like large, like a bike.
Yeah.
A river, a creek is theoretically a body of water.
That's
And
true.
you're like, all right, well, fuck
Is
off,
a
dude.
stream of pee.
But what does a creek running through an area then make? Like, does the one creek and three water on three sides, then that one creek running through now make that a fucking island? Because that
Well, I
creek is a
guess-
body of water,
I guess
and this piece of
every-
land is surrounded
like
by 4 bodies of water.
waves come in and then come out, and then like the sand is ripply, but it's surrounded by water. Is that just trillions of unnamed islands every day that change and always wash away?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if we're gonna fucking play semantics, dude. But anyway,
Right.
I regress. Cape Cod's an island, technically, and yes,
So that means
so
that's
you
why
don't.
you're on it.
Yeah,
instead
do
of
you
in
live?
it.
You don't live in an island.
Right.
Or
live
can
on
you?
it.
I don't know. Hey guys, leave in the comments section. Can you
I bet
live?
you could. That's where
in
the
or-
rum was from Pirates of the Caribbean.
But
it
I
was,
don't know,
It was in. It could be. There's a wine cellar on an island. Therefore, you
Okay,
can
possibly. Hey, we
live.
need
Full basement house. Does anyone have a full basement house? Like there isn't a first floor. It's just a hatch to get in.
the older house. You talking about like around here?
Oh, just in the universe or Earth.
They're full basement houses.
No. I mean, there isn't a first floor. It's only but below the ground.
There's one in Marston's Mills I went to when I was a kid.
There we go. That seems super fucking cool.
The back door is like a normal basement where the slider is.
Yeah.
But the top of it was completely
Just
land and there
grassed
was no
over.
house.
I think I know.
That's
I kind of
sick.
feel like I've been driven
Right near
by
the
this
airport.
place.
There was actually, yeah, there's one kind of, I don't know if I'd call it this, but I think they purposely planted like grass on the top of their house and then just dirted it so that way the roof of their house was also their lawn.
That's what this was, yeah.
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 That's awesome. That's like having a secret door in your house to a lair. Every guy
I've
wants a lair.
always wanted.
A fucking Batcave.
what little kid does not
I
like
know.
secret fucking doors, dude?
The secret hideout. That's what it is.
I used to have dreams where my house would have like extra rooms, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't
Yeah,
even know about
yeah.
this. And you're like in this cool little back
I'm
room.
knocking on walls just in case.
Yes, dude, fucking secret rooms. One of the most vivid dreams I've ever had in my life. I could describe from beginning to end. People be like, yeah, you made that up. I'm like, no, this is literally how it played out. And the very end of it, we're at my friend's house across the street here, and he's got like this weird. His house changed, and there's one room he called the game room, and it was like
and that's what it would.
it was
be.
like mattresses, but they were layered and tiered like steps and stacked against the wall, so it was almost like this weird Tetris room of mattresses, and that was the game room. But then there was another secret. It's like, yeah, secret doors are cool as fuck.
super cool. That's what really I'm doing comedy for. I just want to have enough
You want to have
money
secret door
to
money.
have secret rooms.
I want secret door money.
Yeah, and they will be game rooms. I don't care how old I get. I'm having a hideout. It's gonna be filled with games. I don't even care if I like them. But fucking
Arcade games,
pinball, full body,
all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
There's
darts,
gonna be passions in there that I
pool
don't even
table,
have.
shuffleboard.
Yeah, just in case. Just
Yeah.
in case, because I want to bring somebody.
Because when the one guy comes over, is like,
friend
you
who-
got a fucking shuffleboard. You're like, yeah, let's go.
Imagine letting people into your life, and then you, after a while, you let friends earn the lair. Like, hang out with them for a while.
They don't even know that it
even mention it, and then the fucking 10 years in, dude.
They're like, dude, you've had these 3 extra rooms. It's like Dumb and Dumber. They're like, you've
It's
had
like,
these 3 extra rooms this whole time. You're like,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I've got game room money. Yeah,
I have game room.
Yeah. What do you think this is, dude? I've got fucking
I
secret
have
room money.
hideout money, game room money.
Fuck yeah, dude. That guy, whoever's house that is, though, that motherfucker's ready
Yeah, right.
for the apocalypse.
Yeah,
or
there's got to
whatever.
be. There's the game room, but there's also like the. If I have this money, I can be crazy, and there's canned food. And
Yeah, and the front entrance can easily just turn into fucking bushes. He just hits a button, and it's like,
oh, that's Batcave.
like the
That's
fucking
Batcave as fuck.
Yeah. The awning comes down, and it's just got reflective
mountain
fucking
rock.
mirrors on it. So when you're standing there, it just looks like whatever's...
Retractable mountains.
Yeah, like the whole mountain face opens up like some Dr. Evil shit. Hell yeah, dude. So that's the goal now. Let's get ourselves to fucking secret
That's what I'm
Batcave
saying. Venture
money,
capitalism. That's how it came up.
which is gonna take a while, dude. 10,000 hours. It's a long fucking time.
Yeah. How many triple deckers do I need to own before I can have a button inside the bust of George Washington to help me accomplish my dreams?
At Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Where his mouth just opens up. We're just
Oh
like,
my God!
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, that's.
I guess get drunk
Yeah,
and
dude.
do like
You're like, you're
puppeteering with
fucking
his
kidding
face.
me, dude. You're like, yeah, dude, the president doesn't even know about this shit, dude. I got secret contracts from secret contractors.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually invited the president to come. And
Oh,
he was
good.
Like, he fucking.
What a bitch. Yeah,
He blew me off, dude.
What a fat.
Yeah, well,
which
because
one-
I said a couple
Which
of
one?
things.
Like our president or Biden? I'm kidding. I don't want to.
Dude, I haven't even seen that guy. And then every once in a while, there'll just be like a meme of him tripping up some stairs. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
does
That's
this
the
guy
thing.
even
The
give
sec- it's-
speeches or do anything?
I don't
Not
think
like,
he's
and
allowed.
Listen, I'm not.
He's too far gone. I think he really is. Because that's the
He's
thing.
at Harvard.
The second he became president, it felt like we just don't have a president anymore. And that's the thing. I'm not a Republican, and I don't really like Trump. Not that that is the point of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it feels like now we just don't even have a dude anymore. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna hide him for forever.
Just trust us.
yeah, trust us. I'm
Just
like, all right,
trust
good.
us. Someone's running
Things
the country.
are,
right
yeah,
now.
right. And it's kind of that's all we have is just like, yeah,
It's
just
definitely
trust us. It's getting run, and we're like, all right.
it's definitely a sigh of relief because you know if fucking dude won again, it'd just be another fuck. It would snowball the chaos.
I hate that I'm pretty sure worse things are happening, and I still do feel a little bit more relaxed not knowing what's going on.
Like worse things are happening, but now it's back to the old ways where
Where
they're
I
like, no,
just-
you don't know about it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
fucking yeah.
Mommy and Daddy are talking. Go to your room. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, right. Like, what the fuck? Didn't we just like bomb Syria? I think. Like,
I think so.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, I forgot about it, but I do know
What
that it
was- well,
happened.
what was the hot
which is a
topic
very
that day?
American statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we bombed that country, but whatever, I guess, right?
Yeah, just trust us.
Yeah, trust us. That's a
Yeah,
good
sigh
thing.
of relief, but a little ominous at the same time.
You don't know it, but you're actually happy that happened.
Fuck politics. I
It's
hate
good for you.
politics. How many hours do you have left to get to your 10,000?
I don't know.
How long have you been doing
I'm
comedy
upset.
for?
I spent a few days at my parents' house, and it reminded me of something because I almost had a real answer to that question from day one.
You've been tracking
I had
how many like hours? on stage?
every set, how long it was, where it was, and then a second on a whiteboard, how many consecutive days I did it, and a separate whiteboard for accomplishment days. And the early ones were like hosting an open mic that anyone could host, but still that was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
And then going to a new city for the first time, then going out of state for the first time, and then a bringer in New York, which is woo.
Yeah.
But even still like that, it was a huge thing. And then when I moved out, I think I just forgot to bring my whiteboard, and it stopped at 200. And I included open mics for
200 hours?
Oh no, I'm probably
200 like shows.
200 shows slash
appearances.
open
I got
mics.
up. I did it 200
yes,
times.
200 times before I left my parents' house on the nose. It was fucking yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
That's twice a week for 2 years minimum.
Yeah, which was not a lot back then. I think I started picking it up the second I left, which made sense because then I
Left.
my parents' house. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because also for the first, I think, 3 months, I only knew of the pub on Park. I just didn't realize there was other comedy anywhere.
So when did you start?
So there's 3 answers. Oh, 2 answers. There's
No,
2
what's
answers.
the answer? Answer.
Uh,
The first open mic you went to.
I was 19, so that was 6 years ago.
Okay.
And then I did 6. Actually, I didn't even start at an open mic. I started at back when the pub on Park did Sunday showcases. Yeah.
What's their Sunday showcase? Is that a bringer show?
Yeah, it was a bringer show. It was run by John Parada, and I was just 19 and sick from. I stayed back from or stayed home from school, and I just watched Louis C.K. And then I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah. He's just talking.
He's just the best of all time.
He's just saying what's on his
And
mind.
I'm like, and because he's relatable,
funny. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm funny when I'm saying things that are on my mind to people. Funny things come out.
I'm being vulnerable.
Gonna be hit.
So because it was a weird thing that it actually took longer than that moment to notice, of course, is because I thought he was because he was relating to me. I thought that was on like a deep dark level. Like I was very afraid to even mention that I masturbated, and Louis. I mean, now he's famous for that. So,
Yeah.
but back then I'm like, that was a really private thing that I never talked about. And then he goes, "Oh my God, I can actually mention the fact that I'm a fucking weird stroker."
No, we all are.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not even a weird
I know.
thing.
And
It's
now
just-
I'm like the most
Yeah.
openly
Now I
sexual
can-
person ever.
Yeah, all right, nice, yeah. Now I can talk about the fact that I'm human.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it is, really. Like we're all just fucking.
And it's like the amount of times that just watching a stand-up set from certain people have like literally expanded my mind and what I'm allowed to talk about, and like has changed my life and made me a better person just because a joke about like masturbating. Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah.
A joke about jerking off made me a better person. But anyways, the question was, when did I start? So yeah.
All right.
And
So
now we're here.
2000, yeah. So technically,
there I did
when
6
you were
shows, got a
19, 6 years ago.
DUI.
But like,
and
how
I-
long do you feel?
2
What do you
years.
feel? All right, there you go. That's like the
Yeah.
answer to the question. Like,
Yes.
How long have you been doing comedy?
So yeah, 2 years.
Now,
And
do you count
I had 3 years with COVID, and I do. I'll
Yes.
count that.
Nobody
I
counts.
count it.
Nobody counts the COVID.
I will.
cove.
It's not like I really stayed off that far. I just like wrote a
You
bunch
couldn't,
without
though.
practicing, and then Yeah,
We were doing our little speakeasy shit,
yeah,
but
everything.
invite only.
Yeah, I was
'cause,
doing like backyard house mics. I was like multiple. There was
That
like
can't count though. Can't count that. That's like a missed
No,
year.
and
It's like
I mean-
it's like a strike year in baseball. Like, do we really recognize that year's champion?
Right.
Like, you fucking played 27 games, you fucking guys. You know, like March Madness is going on right now, and they're fucking. There's like a no. One of the games was a no contest. I don't know how that works, because you've got all these games. They're scheduled. You got to move on. You know, there's time slots. There's advertising. Now you got the COVID thing, and you have a no contest. Like, who moves on? How does that work? How do you even?
yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a champion in a fucking.
I wouldn't want to be a champion.
No, in like, I trust me. I want to be a champion, dude. Okay, I am technically a champion.
Hey,
On like a local level, just golf, like local
Oh, no shit.
club championships.
You got a
But
plaque somewhere.
I have right up there. As a matter of fact, off camera, but I have 3
Oh
of
my
them.
god! Holy shit! That's a lot of National Geographic magazine.
It is. It is a lot. It starts in the.
What? Like, whoa! I didn't.
It starts in the
oh my
early
god!
60s.
It goes on.
Starts from the 60s. We have some that aren't in cases. Starts in the 60s, and it goes
You know,
to.
I've never
the
even looked at
2000s.
one, and to see so many.
You've never even looked at a National Geographic?
I don't think I've ever opened a magazine.
Do you want to look at one?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna. Hey,
Keep it,
you guys, listen. This is a fucking Woody Two Shoes exclusive.
Roll Tide.
You guys are seeing it here for the first time. Stevie Collins is gonna look at a National Geographic, possibly
or a magazine.
his first magazine.
Actually, do you have Tiger Beat?
There's
on
no
it?
way
Oh
you
wait,
haven't-
Mad Magazine.
Okay.
I did have 3 copies of Mad
I was
Magazine.
gonna say, there's no way you've never looked at a magazine
Right.
because
Oh.
you walk by them
Yeah.
in places all the time.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But you've
No,
definitely
I'm not-
never. So, but you're saying you've never picked
I've
up, held.
owned. I did. I remembered I owned 3 copies of Mad Magazine.
But aside from that,
That's it.
never just like.
I also have 3.
I wonder what's
comic
going
books.
on in the motor world. Like, you walk by a motor trend and be like, "Ooh, wonder what the new Mustang looks like." Or
Nope.
like,
I'm
hey,
I'm interested in everything
never
that
just-
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
everything
right?
that matters 0% is just like, oh fuck yeah.
yeah, you're
But
fucking.
it's just like it was
your
like
short
sports-
attention span is like very selective.
Yeah, I'm just like cars. That's not colorful cartoon and yelling at me. How are you
There
gonna-
you go. All right, so this is how we do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Pick a number between 60
D.
and
Mm-hmm.
and 100 and I think 11.
Let's just go straight for 60 because that's where all the good shit is. It's
I
always
really hope I have one from 60.
the oldest possible thing is like the most exclusive vintage because now it's not
Sorry,
just
all right.
I get to look.
I lied.
Okay.
Pick a number between 62.
62.
No. Because I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know if I have every one of them. That's all right. Fuck it.
Oh
We'll
my
try,
god!
we'll try.
Wait, these are all of them.
It
so
is-
These are
it's
every
literally-
month of.
Every year from 60 through each one of these is a 6-month block.
Oh.
So as you see, like 91, 91, 92, 92, 93, 93.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. So it doesn't matter if you don't
How
have
about this?
all
Let's
of them,
just-
but just
so that I-
some old shit, like
just so
maybe
that I-
something that's new. So
Just-
that way, it's not just me getting to see a thing, but also maybe a guy likes National
yeah,
Geographic.
no, you don't overthink it. You ready?
Yeah.
Pick a number between 70
Okay,
and
72.
1. Okay. Now pick a number between 1 and 12.
11.
That would be December,
I said 11.
November. Dude, I was like, no, I realized I fucked up. All right, December of shut the fuck up. 70,
All right, I'm
December
sorry.
of 72. All right, here we go. December 72. July through December. All right. Now you're gonna tell us. You're gonna tell us because I tried doing this before once, and then if you go to like the section, then it's like this giant article, so it's like hard to. What am I gonna start reading the article? So you're just gonna tell us on the main page, like what was happening
Okay.
in the world of National Geographic in December of 1972. This is Stevie Collins looking at his
What was
first.
happening with the
This is Stevie
emus?
Collins looking at his first non-Mad magazine for the first
Should
time
I wash my hands before this?
ever. No, they're not like in mint condition. Dude, put the gloves on. These are fucking mint condition National Geographic collection. All right,
I only did that because
Andy,
it sounds like
you'll
camping.
like this.
Okay, fuck yeah. Pandas off the rip.
I was gonna say,
Pandas right off the rip.
Be prepared for African
Okay.
boobies.
African boob. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
that's
fuck yeah.
that's like standard.
That's what I go home to.
All right, so on the table of contents, we'll either do table of contents or on the main page there, the front
Okay,
on the
there's
cover.
a bunch of human skulls, which is
Read the
pretty
cover.
epic. Oh, read the cover.
Because it'll give
Okay.
you what's in there.
The Navajo Nation looks ahead. All 12 of them. Epic.
So only 12.
they didn't
so
say that.
there's only 12 Navajo left in
I
1991.
made that up.
Oh.
I
Or
ad-libbed.
was it 72? In 1972, there were only 12 Navajo left.
Oh yeah, you do. No, I made that up. Do you
That's
know
a
that
good-
I made that up?
I heard you say that, but I
Okay.
was just trying to like.
Oh! I should.
Yeah, dude, when
I
listen,
misread it. This is bad podcasting.
The first
I'm a
rule
bad
of
guest. I'm gonna
improv is
kill myself. Fuck.
The first rule of improv is yes and, doesn't it? Right? Like
Yes. And all right. I'm gay. So, mounds.
Riddles from the Indian Past by George E. Stewart, 783.
And then there's those popular pandas. Whoa, that guy's wacky. I bet that guy is zing in his articles. Israel, the seventh day, when God stopped doing things. That's nice.
Yep.
Apollo 16 brings the U.S. Oh yeah, there's some
70,
shit.
right? Some
There's
shit was
that-
going down in
there's-
70.
There's shit that hasn't happened yet.
Andy, type. What does that say? Apollo 16.
Apollo 16.
Andy,
brings
type in
US
Apollo 16, 1972.
and then probing.
Let's find out. Yeah, this
deep
this is like the space race was going on and shit.
Yeah. Well, no, we landed on the moon in '69.
I don't know.
All right.
I heard Apollo fucking
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I literally as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like,
It was like,
Apollo
oh,
13
somebody's
was
gonna
3
know.
before Apollo 16, and that was like gonna be the second or third moon land, like whatever, like yeah. I really, you know when you just say something so dumb,
I had to think 3 moments
and like
yesterday.
as you're saying it,
Yeah. I
just
said,
like, wait, I don't think that's
here's
right.
something I said out loud to a person yesterday is nobody has ever been in history who wasn't rich or had political power. And then as I'm saying it, I'm like, Gandhi, Jesus, Anne Frank. I'm like, I'm wrong.
Oh, you're talking about like popular, like
I'm just like nobody. I thought like nobody gets passed on in history if they aren't like rich or a political person.
oh, as far as like their legacy or their name, like,
Yeah. And then I'm like, also fucking what was the name of that first storybook character? Gilgamesh. I don't think he was exactly like yanking gold out of places. That guy just like fought
Gilgamesh.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, King Midas didn't literally turn things to
Right.
gold when he touched it. I don't think. Okay, was the 10th crewed mission in the United States Apollo space program
What's the one that exploded?
the
I always
5th
forget.
and penultimate to land on the move.
Challenger. Yeah.
So Apollo 16 landed on the moon.
No shit.
Too bad for
Oh, actually, yeah, we've landed on like the moon more than once,
Yeah.
and nobody gives a shit.
no,
How
that's
wild is that?
pretty cool. And you look at what the fucking shit was made of. They didn't have like smartphone technology. They had
Yeah.
like aluminum and switches and like indicator lights and math. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers were really
Yeah.
good at math. 'Cause-
Pencils and a dream.
yeah, they're like, we got a problem. We got to solve this problem.
I actually like that for a title. Pencils and a dream.
Pencils and a dream. That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Yeah, I like it.
Andy, write that. Can you write that down in the notes for me?
All right. So.
There's a pad and paper right in front of you, just so I don't forget that. Will you?
It's being recorded too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. He has a point.
Thanks, asshole. But I have to watch the whole hour and a half episode and then remember that we fucking. It's right there. Just fucking, dude. Come on, man. Do your job.
yeah.
We're just kidding. He
Sorry,
knows.
I'm gonna agree with both of you, so that way.
No,
everyone likes
he
me.
knows it's
And-
all a joke, dude. It's a running joke. There's no fucking there's no tension.
He's Jamie. He's a guy
So
in the chair.
so it was the penultimate, meaning the last, or penultimate is second.
yeah, no, I
the
know,
ultimate.
I don't know.
Penultimate is second to last, I think.
Is that a real thing? Second to last? Look
Andy,
that up, Jamie.
penultimate is second to last, is it not? Like Ultimate would be like final. Penultimate, I think, is like second to last.
Pan.
It says penultimate.
Oh, pen? Is it penultimate?
Yeah, man. I know what the fuck I know how to read.
Oh, good, because that's it's blurry to me. I'm
Oh,
fucked.
really?
I
You
need
blind?
glasses.
Do you?
Yeah,
We
I pass every eye test I've ever taken, and I still need glasses.
Really?
My dad, who wears glasses, sees signs way further than I do, and I just pass fucking eye exams. And
No shit. Wow.
Yep.
I used to work with a kid who we used to joke around because he'd just be squinting and stuff. We're just like, Kyle's fucking blind. Mm-hmm. And then he finally went and got
Korean. You guys are so mean.
Andy's blind as a fucking bat too. He's wearing basically Horace Grant fucking prescription glasses right now because
Horace Grant.
yeah. Well, because he used to have like little fucking teacher glasses, like with the thin frames, and the motherfucker breaks them all the time from construction, blah blah. So now
Oh
he's got
yeah,
the-
they suck balls.
So now
I
Andy's like a
fucking hate
he's like a
glasses
white
on a
Horace
construction
Grant.
site. Those are the best ones. Yeah.
But this kid Kyle went and got an eye test. Shout out to Kyle Arujo if you ever watched this.
Yeah. I was thinking
He
about
has
you.
22,000 vision, which was explained to me. It means whatever your normal 20/20 vision is, you need to multiply that 1,000 times. That's how for him to see it.
Oh, so he's not
So
squinting because
he-
he can't see.
He's 20.
He's seeing into the future.
No,
is how clear can see.
can't. That's how bad his vision
Oh,
is. He
the
needs
opposite.
objects to be magnified 1,000 times to see them.
Oh, that's
So
different.
now he's got these fucking Coke bottle glasses.
Yeah.
And he looks like the dude from Trailer Park Boys. Which
Bubbles.
that's how it's been described to me. I haven't seen a picture, but I can't wait because it's gonna make me
great.
fucking die laughing. Because I only know this kid without glasses.
like my kitties.
Yeah. So 20, I've never heard that number. Like 22,000 or something was a number that was told to me, which is like, fucking kid's blind as a bat. Penultimate. We were looking up penultimate, I think. Yeah, why not?
I like knowing
Yeah.
words.
Oh, you know what?
I throw them into my act and then pretend like I've known them my entire life. Dodecahedron. Didn't know what that
26
Strictly
minutes. We're actually
convex.
once we.
was. Icosahedron. Sorry.
What was that?
Oh yeah, no,
Big
I
words?
like looking up words because I throw them into my act and pretend like I'm like, fuck yeah, I know what this word means.
I'm a huge fan of vocabulary words.
Yeah.
Remember in English class, you'd have the vocab key, like the keywords, and you'd have to like the vocab games and shit.
No.
I like vocab words. It makes me sound smarter than I am. When you say things like plethora,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get an iota of fucking jizz.
penultimate is a linguistics term for the second to last syllable of a word, or penultimate, or second to last series of things,
Second last
Last-
chapter of a book.
but one in a series of things. Second last, the penultimate chapter of the book. Boom.
You got it.
Woody won
You
the
got it.
dictionary game today.
Feel good about yourselves, you fucking.
Me and Andy are such fucking knuckleheads. We used to come up, we're just sitting around drinking at his house, talking about stupid shit. He likes to play Jeopardy.
Yeah.
But we came up with,
I'm so bad at Jeopardy.
we started playing the
General
dictionary
knowledge?
game.
No thanks.
We'll say that again?
I'm so bad at Jeopardy. I'm like, general knowledge? No thanks. That was all it was.
I pull shit out of my ass. Like, I have a weird memory for odd things, like just remembering
I used to.
odd facts because I heard, not that I have ever researched or remember a thing, but literally hearing it once and somehow it's in the back of my mind,
it's
having known
always-
nothing
yeah.
about it. And I'll pull some Jeopardy answers out, like totally out of my ass for sure.
Margaret Thatcher, 1974. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
But the dictionary game, we would sit around and we'd just someone would just throw a word out and we'd have to say the definition of the word.
Leopleurodon.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We'd have to try to say the definition of a word. If you got like
Yes.
30% of the words in the definition, and like you were somewhere vaguely in the neighborhood of getting the definition, it was like you'd like get a point. So
I think a second. What's a second? Someone for like those people who would beat you up in like the middle of the woods and like rob you. It's like from Robin Hood's village villains when they're walking through the woods.
Yeah.
And then there's like guys to come to right. Second. I can't remember the word.
do you know how it's spelled?
Nope.
Even- All right. Well,
I
there
also
you go.
don't think I'm
There's
pronouncing
that
it
word.
correctly.
Hey,
it's the most
listen,
recent smart word I
everybody,
learned, and I've
leave in the
forgotten.
comment section. What is a Robin Hood error? Is it the
It's bad
was
guys.
it the Dark Ages? What was the when
I
was
don't know.
when was Robin Hood's time?
It's like it's
What is a thief? Is it a thief? Is this what we're trying?
yeah. They kind
generally
of
do,
they're
like-
rabble rousers.
What's a rabble rouser called? It starts with an S.
When
It sounds like Tom
woods
Segura's last
people-
name.
Oh,
Segu-
Robin Hood is not the right starting thing to find this word. I was riffing. Type in Segund, Segund.
Segund. How about
Okay, yeah. Try. I hope they just give a suggestion for a real word.
Dark Ages era thieves definition? You got to know what the keywords out of
right.
Google
Okay,
shit.
yeah,
I don't
there we
know.
go.
Maybe I don't fucking know. So this is I'm actually noticing the time, and this is perfect timing for this because we always end up doing this too late in the fucking show. Last time I don't even think we got through the segment because maybe we were just having too much fun. I don't know.
Jizz.
But we do. Nice. Good drop.
Thank you.
That's gonna be a sound drop now. Just every once in a while.
Jizz.
Yeah. Andy, like Andy, I'll just have Andy drop it in there every once in a while.
I drank squirt.
There you go.
It is pee.
So it's funny. I don't like having headphones. I like it to not be like this whole technical thing.
Yeah. Sometimes I do because I move a lot typically.
You want to
when I
know how your
talk.
voice sounds.
So
if
I
you're,
can at
yeah.
least control the fact that while I'm schizoing all over the place, I can at least keep the sound kind of consistent.
Yeah, whatever.
And
we don't
I,
give a
and I do the
fuck
turn
around
to
here.
burp. Turn to burp. That's a very podcast. move.
No. Burp into the
Oh,
mic,
into the
please.
mic. Save
I
it for
told you,
later.
dude. There's no fucking rule, dude. There's no holes barred, dude. There's nothing. There's no wrong. I knew that was gonna happen. No, because my fucking dumbass. When I went to take it down, I pulled it down, forgetting that they're stuck up in there instead of unscrewing it. So now the thing that has them all stuck in there doesn't stick as much. And then I stuck it up there with tape. And
about the
I
horse
fucking knew the tape was gonna.
Oh my god, is this tape?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like one of those command
But now
strips
I have
type
to
things.
fade this thing without fading the rest of them. Whatever.
be
They're all
fine.
off anyway.
Having it as an uplight's not a bad idea.
So I don't know if I know I've mentioned this before, but if anybody who doesn't know, the guest gets to pick the background lighting.
That's wild.
Steve. This is the first time on camera that anyone's seen it because Ben did it. The episode I did with Ben,
Bazonga?
but my buddy Ben Miller. But I fucked up and accidentally deleted it when I was messing with the camera settings.
Yeah, fuck you, Ben. Stupid bitch. That's why you get nothing.
So, oh no, Dan Hall's lighters. Yeah, baby.
I think he's like
So anyway.
definitely one of the better local people who makes videos.
Dan's
Dan
videos
makes
are
my
funny
favorite
as shit.
videos.
Jay Martin has been putting together some
haven't
good
seen any.
skits. Oh, I shared a
fucked
couple
up.
of them. Are we Facebook friends? Because I shared one of them.
Maybe I'll definitely
Look it
That's
up.
The thing.
It's-
I've known him and talked to him. I don't know because I kind of just doing comedy long enough. I'm like, I don't even send friend requests. I just assume we already have been from when I was 2 months in.
Derek Disney. I showed it to Andy the other night. He was fucking cracking up. But it's basically just it's like a corporate creative meeting at Disney, like way back in the day, and they're talking about all the different
the
cartoon
Nazis?
projects. No, they're talking about all the
Oh,
different
oh.
cartoons that are coming out. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Oh, you made a good one," and then the one dude's like, "Yeah, I don't know. Like, it needs some spice." Talking about the Lion King, he's like, "What if we kill off the dad, break his spleen?" Like, so basically, he's pointing out all like the fucked up things about beginning of Disney movies, how like Bambi's mother gets murdered.
There's a lot
The
of
Lion
death.
King's dad gets killed. Like, so
Did
he
you know
brings
the
up
whole-
those different scenarios, and it's the same dude every time. It's Derek, and when they're like, "That is a stupid idea. You want to murder the dead? This is a children's cartoon thing." And he's like, "I'm sorry, what's your name?" And the guy's like, "I'm Jim Ward." He's like, "What's my name?" And they're like, Derek Disney. It's like Disney's kid.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great,
Dude.
Oh, that's so funny.
And the whole theme is just like, it needs more spice. Like, what if, like, hear me out, right? And it's like, we murder. It's like always kill. And they're just like, I can't do this with you anymore. And it's just perfect. It's so subtle, but it's well filmed too. He has like a director of photography, I guess, who works for a media company. So he gets like good equipment. which is not. With
fucked
that
up.
being said, listen, you can get good equipment
For $200.
all you want. You can't fucking edit it and like shoot it and have the right. Like you still have to make a good product. Like
Right.
you can have good equipment. Doesn't mean you're gonna fucking put a good product out there. And the writing was good, the editing was good, the light, like it was very well shot. I got a real kick out of it, and I appreciate it. So shout out to Jay Martin, who's gonna be on the podcast in a couple guests or so. But
Yeah,
he's
Jay
going
Martin.
He's going to fucking Florida. But yeah, if you haven't yet, check out Derek Disney. I think if you go to YouTube, type in Derek Disney,
I was thinking of Peter Martin. I don't think I know who you're talking about.
there you go. Okay.
There's a chance. If you're just like, that fucking guy doesn't know me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's probably is Peter Martin.
Yeah.
Or go to Jay Martin's Facebook and check out
Or
Derek.
jmartin.com. Look, it might exist.
Derek
Who
Disney.
knows?
So anyway, I've been talking about it, and now we're gonna get to it, dude. I was talking about the headphones.
Is this
We were talking
final
about the thing.
segment?
No, it's not even close to final segment,
Okay.
dude. We're fucking a third of the way in.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, we're chilling, dude. We're rolling. It is, as of right now, it used to be one of two segments, but I think I'm doing away with the other one. We're going to try to find something else, or we don't need to do
Is that
segments.
the segment? Is that Who Hurt You?
No, we used to do, I started doing Marry, Fuck, Kill.
All right.
I started doing
Okay.
Marry, Fuck, Kill, because I like it's a classic.
It is a classic.
You can always, there's always a scenario where it's creative and fun, and like you can always play with it. So, but it's dated, but it's been done before. So I want to find things that are unique to this and do like original shit.
Yeah,
and
that's
not
what makes
do
anything good.
Exactly. So this one particular segment is original. This is literally the only reason why I want to have headphones is so that I can hear Andy click the prompt to this segment, and then that's it. Because other than that, I don't need headphones. But I want there to be a prompt to this segment so that he can just like cue it up, and then I'll be like, "Hey, did you hear that sound? That's time for." Yeah, exactly. We have the sound bite ready to go. I just got to work him in there. Oh, you could just start doing that, dude. There you go. Perfect. Hey, you hear that sound?
Oh,
you-
what's that, Thatcher?
It must be time for show us your keys.
Oh, yeah.
So, your keys, sir.
oh, wait. I have to turn in my keys?
Nope. You're going to go through them one by one and name them and what they're for.
Oh, okay. I actually have a good method for this stuff. So this one, right in
I like
between.
that you have some keys, though. We're actually going to we got a segment here. You're going to.
Yeah. So in between my bottle opener
1 second.
and my fob.
Speaking of bottle openers, Andy,
Oh yeah.
are there any beers left? I said I wasn't drinking because I have a hockey game, but 2 beers aren't going to fucking kill me.
Oh,
We're playing the Rebels
If you
tonight,
could,
dude.
is there more? I don't want to take away from the. That looks like finito. Oh,
Andy, have
okay.
a shark.
Okay.
Those
In that case, yeah.
those shark tracers are good, dude. It's just like a Sam Adams. Try it.
Thank you, sir.
You can. Andy's trying to stay out of it because he doesn't want to be on camera, not because he wants to interrupt.
With those glasses, I don't get it.
Yeah. Andy's,
I know.
you
Oh,
talk
he know
all
he
that
cute.
shit. Yeah.
He know he cute.
Yeah. Ladies do comment about his cute dimples, but he'll
Yes.
never show them on camera. He's too shy.
Oh, he'll get there.
Well, we're trying to get there because I can use the webcam to, anytime.
Oh, well,
Andy,
we just fucking open beers with him.
hey, look at
Yeah,
that!
motherfucker.
Cheers, man!
Ooh.
Mazel tov, salute, whatever.
That was 2 different Jewish things just for
Those-
me. I appreciate
Oh,
it. That was
perfect.
nice.
Would you say earlier your favorite group of people that aren't getting into heaven? That was a great joke. He said it off camera. I had to bring it back because it was good.
Also, it's a pseudo rip. It's not even.
Oh, is it someone else's joke? I think, right?
Yeah, I think it was either Christakis or Fitzgerald that just like fucking says that people aren't getting into heaven, and that's been casually some shit I say all the time now.
Yeah, he does. He used to bust Josh Adams' balls about that because Josh Adams is Jewish. And,
Poor guy.
He
Is he all right?
he's like the Seinfeld dentist. Like he's only Jewish on stage.
Yeah.
really, you know, like for
He's
the
like,
sake
hey,
of the
what's
jokes.
going on? How are you people? Thank you for coming out. Okay, this is
no,
going
he's
to be a wonderful time.
He's not that Jewish.
Okay,
yeah,
all
he's
right, I'm
like,
sorry.
oh my god, you guys are terrible.
Guess what my mother did today?
sounds
Well,
like
she
a-
was licking the schmuggin on my forehead.
Yeah, like Mike Myers. What was that lady? What was her character? Mike Myers' character, and it's SNL. now. It was like that lady from Brooklyn. They had the talk show.
Coffee Talk with Linda
Coffee
Richmond.
talk. Coffee talk. All right. Your keys, sir.
Oh yes.
So you were started. We interrupted. You.
No,
You were
it's-
on your bottle opener, which was appropriate because of.
Yes. Everyone
we just-
Pavloved over my bottle opener. So
Classic. Just
Epic
a
house
shark tail.
key is I never lose it because I put it in between my two favorite things: driving and drinking. So,
Nice.
and then
Or drinking and drive, depending on the night.
yes, yeah. I mean,
Driving
sometimes
then drinking. Sometimes.
we all make sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly. If you've
So,
never done it, you're a fucking liar.
This is for fire alarm panels. If you ever want me to,
Whose fire alarm panels? Are they like a universal key?
I think. I don't think. I think.
Oh,
they're
like
all-
in the school, like the
wherever. Yeah.
and they just the same key.
Yep.
Because why make different ones? Because what if somebody?
Because what if it's an emergency and you really gotta fucking get
I
in
think you
there?
break the glass.
I think shut up. is the-
Pretty
I-
sure if it's an emergency, I
Alright.
think it actually might even say.
I might
or
not
it might
think
even be
things through before I
posted right
talk.
on the
All
thing.
right.
Hey, we're one for one now,
know,
okay?
I
Because
know.
I said the thing earlier
I'm
about
pissed.
fucking landing on
I
the
said
moon. All right?
Siegend, which isn't right.
I said space race. You had a case of emergency. All right. So now
this-
we're even, fucker.
Old, I know, I fucking hate myself. So old house key.
Now the reason you have that though, let's explain
reason.
the reason. The fire. No, the fire.
I'm an electrician.
Steve is an
In
electrician.
name only. I will.
How long have you been doing electricity?
3 years.
Okay. Are you so you're an apprentice still, or
Yeah, I got 1 year left, and then I'm free.
now is that like a standard thing? Like you're not gonna be.
Yeah, there's
you
no
can
way
never
to-
be. You have to be an apprentice.
You have to for 4 years, or
come out of school with a thing.
or 8,000 hours, and you have to have 1,000 hours of school time or 2,000, whatever. Every state has kind of different rules, but to be a journeyman in the United States, you still have to follow like kind of at least certain guidelines.
Which now that I'm thinking about it makes sense because it's electricity, and it kills people.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty dangerous.
I mean, but you would think it's like intuitive to just be like, yeah, maybe have them work hard a little bit. But for forever, it's just like, oh, are you an electrician? Good. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
That was the whole recruitment process.
Jesus.
You say so? Fuck yeah.
We were working on a job up in P-Town, and we're up in this man. Me and the foreman are
Oh
up
my
in a
God.
man lift.
My favorite pencil sharpener
we're,
is the butthole in like P-Town gift shops.
I can't remember why the people got called. Like why they got called. The whole point is we got shut down because the one transformer that was across the street up on the thing, which is
They're
typical
called-
transformers.
Called transgender. You can't.
Oh, so the transgender that was up on the pole right across the street,
Yep,
right?
just hating Jesus.
Just so happened to be like the main one for the area, so that was the one that had like 100,000 volts or whatever. I know, what I mean, I'm just making up an arbitrary number, but
Yeah.
that was the one that was like, yeah, a guy died like a few years ago working on this thing, and at one point, me
That
and the
transformer has a
foreman
kill-death ratio.
and,
That's
and of
fucking
course my
epic.
boss is like, I got fucking $300 an hour on this job that I'm paying out to have these guys work here. I can't have you guys just stop and paying guys for the day. And I'll just never forget, me and the foreman were up in a man lift, all metal,
Yep. Oh.
and we're like going under the wires coming directly off of this main fucking line. Like electricity jumps.
Yes, it does.
Ship, you know what I mean? It doesn't.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, thank God, like I could have fucking died, dude. We're up, and it's just like, I get it done. Like when we're up in the man lift, so close.
Yeah.
And the
Get it done
people
job
from the
scared the
electric
fuck
company,
out
like
of
he
me.
knew a lady who was like, hey, can you think? And she's like, no, I can't. This is like serious shit. You can't just pay someone off and like keep going. Like they need to shut this shit down and allow you guys to keep working. But it was just so funny. I was like, oh shit, dude. Like, I fucking almost died. I was basically like really close.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
like me to you or behind like the window
Yeah,
behind you, away from these wires.
Because I'm fine with like electricity. I just recently got more comfortable with like just live power in general. Because when I was working at Griffin, the no live work policy super safe, and yeah,
How often do you get clipped? Like a little buzz, a little
not
fucking.
too much.
It's got to happen.
Oh yeah,
all the time. right?
sometimes it's typically in the morning or right before you leave. Just you keep on just like.
Is that why you're like twitchy sometimes when you're on stage? Just like just fucking cut a couple during the day. I'm just like yeah.
And release. I'm just like static shock. That would be awesome. Just build it up.
You, speaking of which, had a lot of static electricity earlier. You're like, there's a lot of static electricity over there. I'm like, I've never caught a single shock from this.
It's just me.
You're just like going around like fucking call you the shocker.
Ooh.
All right, we're not done anyway. With
Oh,
your
yeah,
keys,
yeah.
though.
That's true.
This is the whole point. See, every time, at least for the first like
fire alarm, old house key. This might actually be
old
no,
house key.
That is old house key.
You still have an old house key just in case
for
you
my
wanna-
parents' house.
Oh, okay.
And I have the new one in my fucking wallet. Or actually, this might be the. It's a half. I don't know. So we're only doing keys.
We're doing everything
we're
on your
doing everything?
keychain. Fuck yeah.
So this is it's my girlfriend gave me a drive safe. I need you here with me. It was very nice because I also every time with friends who are driving anywhere, I say drive safe, and she had never. That was just nice. She's just like, "What do you?" I mean, thanks, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
so she's not even saying it to you. She's almost like
She's making fun
it's
of
an
me.
homage to
No, dude,
you
it is-
saying it to people, and she's like,
It's an homage to, and also I did it to her, and then she's just like, okay, well, also you. Now that I realize it's nice for people to like want me to not die on the road, so it did come from a nice place. But also, she's the type of person who would do this just be like, yeah, fucking faggot. Of course, drive safe. Hey,
Fucking
drive
pussy.
safe. Yeah, take chances, you
Andy,
bitch.
remember that party when the girl left, and Johnny Guido was like, "All right, bye. Hey, drive safe." And then you were like, buckle up. Like, it was so perfect. We were at a party. So that's actually how I met Andy. When I was 18, I used to live above him and his roommates, Tito
hated your
and
feet.
Chris Morrison. And it was like the party house, like legendary. Like people to this day are still like, dude, School Street. I remember fucking School Street. Like
Yeah.
School Street was the fucking spot.
Yep.
And it was just one night, our friend Johnny Guido, rest in peace.
We all
He's
got
just
one of
like
those.
being that nerd, like, you know what I mean, like trying to just smooge the girl, like be like smooth,
Yeah.
whatever.
Everybody
And then
had
she
a
went to
kind of-
leave.
everybody
and
had
he
a
was like,
moment.
"All right, see you, drive safe." And then Andy just goes, "Yeah, buckle up." Dude, it was fucking, you know, you can appreciate comedy timing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And like just. Dude, saying the right thing at the right, it was so fucking perfect. Dude. We were busting balls about that for weeks. It was great.
At this point, years.
Yeah. He's still in his grave. We're busting his balls, dude. But that was good shit, dude.
Why is he there?
Buck-
He didn't buckle up.
Buckle up. No, he took his own life.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
It was tough too. At the time I didn't know how to feel about it because he owed me money.
Oh,
50.
yeah.
It was like that weird, like,
So good.
You're like, oh, you fucking owe me $50 for weed, piece of shit. And then he
Right.
hangs himself. Like, you're like on the outs over some $50
Yep.
bag of weed, some bullshit. And so then he kills himself. And you're like, thanks, dude. Like, now I don't know how to fucking feel about shit. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, obviously we were friends. Yeah, it was like, it sucked, dude. We were
Yeah.
friends. And
I
his
have some
funeral
of
was
that,
fucking
too.
weird because it was at like the super, he wasn't like religious, but
But his family was.
yeah, it was at
Yeah.
Victory Chapel, which is like, what are they? Are they like evangelicals or I don't know.
Something.
But anyway, it's in the past. But yeah, it was a weird time, and then eventually I was like, yeah, we were friends, dude. That fucking sucked. Like, why? Yeah, it just. But
yeah,
it's one of those.
When I was getting sober, my best friend died of heroin. It was like
that'll
almost my 1 year anniversary of like not doing drugs, and then it's just like, hey, Kyle's dead, and then I'm just like.
That's got
Yeah, I know. I get it. He's next to you. What's
That's
up?
like,
He's
honestly-
back. He's back from Florida. Funny joke. And
Yeah.
then he's just like, no. And I'm like, ugh. And it took me about a week before I'm like, he is fucked up enough of a person, which of course I appreciate, that it could still be the most elaborate fucking like
Yeah.
he would do that.
You're like,
shit.
all right. He's just
It
like,
was-
wait. You're like, he's gonna text me
Yeah.
or something.
So, and the fucked up part that I had with that is like, there were times where he was in rehab working on himself, and I wouldn't pick up because I was so like, I don't want to talk to. So he's still going through the drug part that I think I just got past. I'm like, can I
Yeah.
please just ignore this for a second? So there was a lot of me ignoring someone who's super close,
yeah.
and then and then it happens.
Yeah, that's got to be tough, dude.
Yeah, but of course now it's fucking one of my best friends. But I mean, and it was true, but also having an ignory moment or any mal
Well,
feelings
just-
towards a person.
Yeah, and then something tragic
it'll
happens,
fuck
and
with
then
you a little, like
Yeah.
for sure.
because you're. Yeah, it doesn't just like erase how you felt in that moment all of a sudden,
You're
you
right,
know?
right.
And then you're.
And there's plenty of times where I fucking screamed at this dude, like
Yeah.
horrible things were said, and that weren't funny. But
But I did something like just because I'm sure you know this, like the comedian in me, like that's how I
he was
process
probably
shit.
funnier than me.
I
swear to
make
God.
jokes about things like that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
I process pain and uncomfortable situations. Like I
Yeah.
make a joke about it. It's the most inappropriate thing to do.
It's
But,
so
but you have
I'm-
like the only way I don't want to cry about it, so I'd rather laugh about it.
Right. I think that's a
And I
Tosh Point
said
line where
to
it's like,
someone, I said to Andy or one of these guys, I go, so do I ask his mom for the $50? Like what?
Yeah.
You know, and like
Yeah.
it's a fucked up thing to say, and
But
it's
no.
not like I mean it. Like I'm not gonna be like, hey, by the way, like
Oh.
Johnny owed me $50. Like is any way like I could get that from you? Like
and it's just like, no, I do take check. I don't
Yeah,
worry
yeah.
about it. Don't worry.
no Venmo at the time. I
I'm-
think you could PayPal me maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm lenient.
Yeah, yeah. Like whatever. You wanna, like we could have Creswell take it out of his last check or
Yeah.
something. Like
Payment plan.
it's just
Payment plan.
fucked
It's
up,
hard
you know.
To, yeah.
But then afterwards, you kind of process it a little bit, and you're just like, yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
we were friends, and that fucking sucked. And I actually,
yeah, you know how many
dude, you
heroin
even
joints
think
I made
about
now?
like just before it happens and stuff. Like I used to give him rides home from work. We'd play chess at his house, and I
was a chess
remember
guy,
like
too.
he was in a fucking dark place, and I was with him.
Yeah.
And then you think like,
It's weird when
could
you don't
anything
know.
be said, or then you realize like hindsight's a motherfucker. Like, oh,
Yeah.
if had I had any situational awareness, like I could have saw this coming. You know, because you're
Yeah,
like,
there are
he's
people
like
who-
he's
yeah.
like all beat up about rent and crying about his land. Like he actually like a grown man who like we're like alpha males who work on a construction site, dude. So
Mm-hmm.
when you see one of these people like crying when they're crying in front of you, you're like, oh shit, dude, like
Something.
he's in a rough spot. So it's like you look back on, you're like, damn, dude, I actually, without even realizing it, saw it coming.
Yeah. Do
Is
you
there
know that-
anything that you could have said, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
could I
also-
have been there more?
The
had I
worst
known?
part
Yeah,
is
it's tough.
everyone has like their own life, kinda. But
Yeah.
the thing about I think it only really happens once to a person, and now I'm like, even if I think I'm getting into a depression, I'm telling everyone. I'm like,
It's good to
"Hey,"
talk about it.
right? Because I mean, that's. I think yeah, you go to therapy once, and then depression can come back, or whatever. Just any horrible whatever you're dealing with. Can come back, but the second you realize that it's just fucking get it out there.
Dude, I only realized over the last year and a half, 2 years that I actually do suffer from it.
Yeah.
Like, and I've actually realized,
yeah.
like, oh,
I'm like
you're
3
not
days
like,
out.
it's not just because you smoke weed. Like, you don't just like sit around doing nothing because you smoke weed. Like, you smoke weed plenty of times and are productive.
Yeah.
You know, and I look back on all these times where I was in dark places. I'm like,
Sleeping
oh,
in for fucking 12, 14
yeah.
hours.
You're like,
just-
dude, I don't want to. I
Yeah.
really don't want to be playing Call of Duty right now.
I don't wanna do
but I'm so
anything.
fucking. I just like
Yeah.
that round sucked. Fucking. Then you find yourself you're yelling at fucking like probably chilled, like their mic's muted. You
Yeah.
don't even know who it is. You're probably yelling at some fucking 12-year-old because he didn't come revive you in time.
Scream into
You're
the
like, what the
void.
fuck is wrong with me, dude? Like, I need to go to work. I gotta. And
Yeah.
you, like for me, like now that I'm working for myself, sometimes working like building this deck and stuff, plenty
It
hours
looks
to be
very good,
had.
by the way. Also, this
thank you.
entire room is way cooler than you're even looking at.
I do not take any credit for this. My dad gets all the credit for this. room.
Okay,
But I get credit for.
I'm
we did the
happy
deck.
that he isn't getting praise for what I just said. That makes me feel good.
But yes, the whole point is just over the last couple years, recognizing that I even have it
Yeah.
helps, and then just over the last maybe 6 months, talking about it
Yeah.
is like
And it's a motherfucker.
it's a motherfucker, dude.
And it'll always come back.
I had a
which is
couple of
weird.
times recently and over the last couple of weeks where like typical old blowouts with my brother that we've been trying to work past, but then we're like both like crying, talking, like getting past it, like talking about, hey dude, I'm fucked
my
up.
God,
He's like,
yeah.
I'm fucked. Yes, we're both fucked up. We come from the same bloodline. We're basically the same, as different as we are. We're the same fucking person, dude. Yeah, we're all fucked up, dude.
It's kind of wonderful. Crying is one of my favorite things. I almost hate that it's true that it doesn't happen often, even at my most
Everybody
depressed.
fucking cries, dude. I don't
It's
give a fuck
only
how tough you are.
I will only cry alone though.
Yeah.
I can't. Actually, that's not true. I've cried at every wake I've ever been to, like a bitch. I'm the biggest crier in every
I
wake.
don't cry at
and I'm
funerals.
also the one making fun of the guy in the casket every time. I am
but you
always
cry, yeah.
making horrible jokes and then crying louder than anyone.
I've always this is almost a question I was going to ask or a statement I was going to make, but I've been lucky that like that friend, that's probably the closest person to me that I've ever lost. Like I've been lucky. Parents are still here. Grandparents go when they're supposed to. You know,
Yeah.
and so that's why not crying at funerals
You know what's
for
fucked
me.
up? It's almost kind of nice if there is a God, which I don't think there is. But if there is a God, how nice is it that our grandparents get to go first,
Yeah,
for the most part?
like
Unless-
there's
right.
the way it's supposed to be, and I've always just felt like I'm just I know that death's a part of life. It's gonna happen, so I'm not like it's weird. I never cry at those wakes. It's always months after. When
Alone in the car.
I'm like watching. This is the first time was my my grandfather on my mother's side, and I was just laying in bed and I realized we're never gonna play golf again, and all of a sudden I'm like bawling into my fucking pillow, like that realization.
Yeah, just-
those are the things where you don't think about. You're like, oh yeah, that's
Mush
a part
your
of
mouth
life
into
or
the
whatever.
pillow so
But you're
you
like,
can get a
shit,
good scream
like we're
out.
never gonna get to like he's literally the whole reason I play or I'm even good at the game.
Oh yeah,
And
holy
then-
shit, that's huge for you.
My other grandfather, who was like essentially like a pseudo dad to me, lost him, didn't cry, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting there watching like opening day or some shit, and some guys singing about that's when he introduced me to baseball, and this old timey fucking baseball song. All of a sudden I'm like, you just get overwhelmed. But like you said, like, dude, getting a good cry out.
It's
Fucking
the best
healthy,
thing.
man.
It's
It
so
really
good.
feels good.
I
Because
had
then when and to speak to being alone, when you're alone,
have you ever
then
cried
you
on
have
a
the
job
freedom
site?
to just be
You're-
like,
you're in
I'm-
front of your friends, so this is a more interesting question because I don't talk about it to anyone who I work with.
Yeah.
Have you ever cried on a job site just knowing that you're alone?
no, I've cried in front of
I've
cried in front of
All right,
him.
there we go.
Just like not like cried, but you start getting the like the shortness of breath because
Yeah, the
with
wrinkle
me,
chins.
It's not like what triggers me is the feeling of being like overwhelmed or stuck or trapped,
Yeah.
and they're like you're in an argument where you're just like you're right. Or whatever, like you
Oh,
like
mine's
where
for-
you like you
I always-
can't win and you're overwhelmed and like everything's stacked against you.
Yep.
Like that's what gets me. It's not like I'm mad or upset about something.
Okay.
I'm like
I have very different.
overwhelmed.
When I'm working, I'm always just working and always kind of a daydreamer. You see how I am. I'm a very type of person.
yeah. I don't know, you guys knows yet.
Hey. But no, it was I cried at work the last time. The first time was fucking Kyle died and I got a call at work. And
Well,
I'm
that,
like,
yeah, I mean, that's dude. I mean, come on.
I need to listen to Johnny Cash right now. I gotta go.
That's a whole different story. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've never had that call. Like, I've never
Yeah.
had someone that close to
But
me
the
die.
I think it might have only ever been 2 times, which whatever. But the other time is I had a thought of I don't like my mom at all. But I love her, and I'm like, it was the first time I'd ever thought in years.
It was such a sweet little follow up because I was like, oh, that's a very interesting thing to say. You're like, I do not like her at all,
Yeah,
but I love her.
yeah, this is the thing. I love both of my parents, but I don't really like either of them at all.
Fair enough.
It's like I will do all the things that I do to anyone I love for you, and it is only because I love you, because I see other families who I'm like, I don't even think they love each other.
It's rare, man. It really
Yeah,
is. We were
yeah.
having this conversation at Mason's house the other night. It's like the idea, like whatever you want to call it, the poster child, like the picture perfect like American family, like it's like.
Has it ever existed? I do know a few, which is fucked up.
Dude, it's great. I love when I see it. When you see people who really love each other, you know they're together and they're through and through. I know people that I went to high school with who are dating in high school. We're dating in high school. They have 3 kids together. They're still together now. I'm like, that was it. You're meant
did it.
You fucking good for you, dude. And I'm a child of divorce. My parents were divorced when I was in kindergarten. So
kindergarten.
I'm fucking.
I like how you said that. That was kindergarten.
Yeah,
I feel like you've been saying it since kindergarten.
As opposed to since I was 5.
Garden?
It's kindergarten.
Oh, you say kindergarten.
It's kindergarten.
I say kinder.
Yeah, the R is silent. Andy, how do you say kindergarten?
Fine.
Be
that
up.
way.
Good. No, fuck you guys. Pull this shit up. No, this is perfect.
What,
this is perfect.
spelling or how the
No,
robot
you
says
can do pronunciation. Pull up kindergarten. I just say kindergarten.
I
Okay,
love
so I have a little
it.
E because I'm a little kid. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But it's kinder.
My parents split up when I was in
It's like
kindergarten.
kindergarten. The R's silent, so it's like kindergarten.
Yeah, right. My mom's from Somerville.
And I just
Yeah.
emphasize maybe the wrong syllable.
Yes. It's fucked up how much I like that.
So
even
now
though I know
do
it's hack
pronunciation,
now.
and it'll probably have like a little sound bite, and you can play it, and it'll be like a Siri sounding lady that'll be like kindergarten.
Imagine Siri
And
goes
then play it again.
kindergarten.
Yeah, she's like kindergarten. I'm like, oh shit.
Fuck! I've never been so wrong. I've never been so wrong.
Yeah, the Cambridge Dictionary, how to pronounce kindergarten English. Double click on
Oh,
that.
we're gonna trust the people from
Here
Cambridge.
you go. Double click on the very top, YouTube.
Why is it a minute long?
That's a good question, actually. Just skip all this and get flagged for this.
If possible.
Skip ad.
And blam.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
This is Emma saying.
Kindergarten.
Whoa. Play it again.
Kindergarten.
The R is silent.
It's not stopping. It's just her doing it over and over again.
Kindergarten.
Okay.
Kindergarten.
What did I say?
Kindergarten.
Alright, so let's see if I can make
She even
it
almost
happen.
says the
I
sex.
say
Well, so, hold
kindergarten.
on.
I do
It's
say
an
kindergarten.
English lady. That's kind of not fair, dude. Because they
Right?
kind of.
Kindergarten. It's how it's spelled.
Yeah, I say kindergarten.
She's saying kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, but she's a fucking.
Yeah.
She's got that limey
She's
accent,
cheating.
dude. They basically make their R's silent. Like,
Also, what scares me is that over 2,000 people have seen this video.
So, if you had a fucking dude from Southie say it, he'd be like, "Yeah, it's fucking kindergarten, kid.
Kindergarten.
Kinder fucking garten."
Pass me a beer on
never-
your way to kindergarten.
Dude,
I can't do it. I got work in 4 hours.
I fucking
Just
spent
grab
3 years.
something
I
for
fucking
me.
spent 3 years in the fucking in that
Yeah.
fucking grade.
I
Kid.
was
think I know how
killing
to,
Japs for what? Give me a fucking beer and go to kindergarten.
Yeah.
I spent 3 years in the fucking grade, kid. I think I know how to say kindergarten. Okay.
Shoot. Anyone who I didn't think was really looking at me, I shot him. That was another eye
Listen,
joke.
I'm gonna
This
take that as a
doubled
win.
down on
Granted,
that.
I said kindergarten. I definitely.
There was a point to what you were saying, by the way, and I'm so sorry that it.
Who gives a shit? The whole episode with Dan Hall is just titled "What was I saying? What were we talking about?"
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Who cares, dude? We're only halfway through your keychain, by the way. That's how fucking.
That's true.
By the way, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back. That's how fantastic the fucking key segment is, dude. We have
It takes you
endless
places.
conversations just come out of the woodworks when you pull up keys, dude.
The wood. All right.
No pun intended. That's for the Mason Smith episode, The Punisher. He's like the pun master. All right, so where were we in your keys? Because this is why the keys are great. When you lose your place or when you're like, what were we talking about? You're like,
Doesn't matter. Get back.
Doesn't
to the
matter.
Keys.
Get back to the fucking keys, dude. We're good.
So we ended on Drive Safe. I Need You Here With Me. My girlfriend's black. That's pretty fucking epic.
Nice.
I will say
Which
it on
now
every podcast.
that's why nothing's on. Oh, briefly, because I never got to say something earlier. You were talking about off limits. You're like, certain things are off limits. Jokes.
Did I say
No,
that?
maybe we mentioned Al Christakis, and then we mentioned a thing, and then we were talking about off limits. I just wanted to say I don't think any fucking jokes are off limits.
No,
I'm all over the boards.
No,
I get it.
I have about 5 minutes of just rape jokes that aren't sweet.
Probably not funny. Or
Oh no, they're very funny.
probably, no. What I meant to say
I do
is,
stand
if you're in
behind-
the right content or the right people, they're like, it's not funny, but they're probably funny. I don't know.
I do clubs, or like clubs will laugh at the fucking rape
Certain
jokes.
people think things are off limits, right?
Right, and also rape
I
is a
say
huge
if
part
it's
of my
funny,
life
it's
on the
funny, dude.
side,
If you make
but-
it funny enough, it's off limits.
Right.
And I just wanted to say, I have a video.
Can I
we were
get back
doing-
to my keys? I'm kidding.
Sorry.
I'm so kidding.
We talked about this. All right, listen, I interrupt people. I talk about myself a lot. This whole fucking thing
You know, you're working on yourself.
is
I
an
think that's
exercise in me trying to get better and not talking about myself and not interrupting people. So with that being said, I'm going to interrupt him real quick and talk
good.
about
All right,
myself.
I have to finish this song.
No. I have the video of a video of Al Christakis doing a Joe Castiglione impersonation. Joe Castiglione is the longtime announcer of the Red Sox. He's a very distinct voice. We were doing an open mic at Ed Waugh's house, and Al starts doing this thing where, like, you sound like Joe Castiglione. That's crazy. Just he's doing this thing. Next thing you know, he's doing this Joe Castiglione impersonation. And he keeps saying this shit, and then he goes, top of the ninth, like bottom of the ninth. He doesn't even know baseball, but he just coincidentally is saying the correct funny things.
Yep.
And I'm going to say it. I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to butcher it. But he says something to the effect of, I don't know if I deny the Holocaust, but 6 million seems like a big number to me. Joe Castiglione, bottom of the ninth. And it's just like, dude, we all lost our shit. Like, it fucking crushed. There was like a pop. There's like 8 of us. There's still a pop in the room. We're all dying. And my whole point is, I said all that to say
Fucking love
that
it, yeah.
Al doesn't want me to post that or show it. And I wanted to attach it to his
No
episode
way.
of the podcast because he thinks it's his cancelable offense. And I
don't
just want to
think
say
so.
here right now, officially on record, Al, you're funny, dude. Everyone knows you're funny and
Yeah,
you're
that's not a
harmless.
fucking secret.
Like, dude, cancelable? Come on. Like, yeah,
Well,
okay.
also, a
Because of
lot
the
of-
Shane Gillis thing, and now everyone thinks everyone's gonna get canceled because they make one little racy joke.
Yeah,
And
that
it's like,
shit's over.
There's harmless. There's like offensive. There's intent. There's blah blah blah.
Yeah, no,
blah,
I
blah.
have jokes that I feel that are offensive that I am too uncomfortable to say, but also I have jokes that take it way further that I just think the joke's better, so I take it. You didn't see me at my most offensive, but I was like 5 minutes of rape jokes. Maybe
I had
tone
some
it down
pretty
a bit.
offensive, aggressive, like edgy, racy jokes.
Yeah.
And racy doesn't always mean racist. It just means like
Oh, yeah, no.
gross, offensive, rapey, fucking
Yeah.
misogynist, whatever you want to call it. But like,
Yeah, I've tried it all.
it's all in the in the spirit of trying to make people laugh.
Yeah,
So
it's
what the
all trying to make it's
fuck?
fucking fucked up. All right, so the definition of comedy, even in theater productions, is something starts off bad and then it gets good at the end. That's the definition of theatrical comedy.
I think the woke mob is the loud minority, and the fucking silent majority is just normal people who are just like, can
Yeah,
we just
no
get
jokes.
past this bullshit?
Well, I mean that's not, really not even that controversial of a take. Just because, have you ever seen what used to happen?
Yeah.
That's it. The fact that the mass of people was fine with like Dice Clay or whatever just saying bitch, hilarious.
Yeah. They're not retroactively canceling Eddie Murphy for the fucking Raw.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes
All
of
these
Raw.
faggots looking at my ass.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
dude. So, no 2Gs. This is a no 2G territory, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's-
Hey, I love Winsong, and she's just trying, she's running a business, and
Yeah,
it's great, dude.
it's
But
the only
that's
place-
such a great thing. Sam was laughing at it. I love it. She goes, this is a no 2G territory.
Right, which-
It's cool.
which-
I've never heard that
which
said
is
before.
good. I'm like,
and it's such a good
she
thing.
made it
I was
clever enough that
I was like, oh yeah, both those words do have 2 Gs in it.
Right.
It's like perfect. I was like, I never
It's
even
fucked
thought,
up.
Never even thought about like
Because
that.
still, every time I have a joke in that territory, even I'm like, hey, so I did make up a fake heaven and named it Faggot Land. Can I? Can I talk? And she goes, no. And I'm like, all right, fine.
I had
yeah.
the week prior. I had a joke.
I've still
was
never
talking
even.
about,
I've never written a full N-word joke. Have you written it? I've never performed one either. Obviously.
No, I have
No?
not written an N-word joke. I had
I've tried. Have you ever tried?
no.
No.
Oh, I actually did say it on stage
Okay.
in reference to quoting someone talking to me.
That's not even saying it. Yeah.
Well, I did. I mean, and
Well, I mean,
people are like, oh,
unless if that was a
there's
part of
also
a joke. If it's a part of a joke, then it's still.
It was a part of a joke.
Okay, then
because I
would consider that.
I
written
said
then.
I was going to use this accent on stage. I was like, I'm just going to start talking like this on stage. I mean, I think if I just tell my jokes like this, I mean, for some reason I don't know what it is, but when I start talking like this, my jokes just come out funnier. For some reason I create this character. I'm start talking funny. But the guy I work with is like,
It's weird. You actually look like Jim Varney when you're doing that voice.
fucking Ernest.
Yeah, Ernest.
Oh shit! Hey, Bird. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Bird?
know what I mean.
So was at work, and I said to this guy I work with, and he's a little bit thuggish, you know, he's more tough guy. I was like, I think I'm just gonna start talking like this. And I don't think I'm gonna be a little crazy on stage. I don't know. And he goes, N-word, and I'm not gonna say it for you guys.
I will.
Or I'll say it and we'll bleep it. I'll bleep it. No, I'm not gonna say it. But he was like,
I would never
he goes,
say it.
he goes. I'll substitute. He goes, sucker, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, that's a soft A. That's not a hard R.
No,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I would never.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about when I say N-word jokes. and then-
No, listen. When I get my 10,000 hours and I get
Right.
booked at a theater, I'll try out the hard N-word.
Yeah, first time. That's actually
Hard R,
a pro tip.
Like
is
Louis
first-
C.K.'s
First time, right. That's the thing. There's only two people who
NF
have
Jew.
said,
His NF Jew joke.
yes.
He says N-word, faggot Jew.
Right. I love how you can just say the others casually. It's because it's your podcast, I won't. But like typically in podcasts, I'm just like, yeah, I just.
Yeah.
But especially because my rule for the N-word is use it when you're in serious conversation or the perfect joke, and only two people have used it perfectly, and that's I think.
Yeah, it's not appropriate at all.
I think it's Louis C.K. and Chappelle are the only two who I'm like, wow, that joke would never
Now-
work if he didn't go all the way.
Here's one thing I had to realize, and I had to have, self-reflection, whatever you want to call it, but I had to realize that because I grew up with one of my really close friends was black, and I would show up
I'm
to his
very
house.
sorry about that. Condolences.
And when I would show up to his house, his mom would be like, "What up,
Yep.
sucker?"
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
and
get
so
that,
then I in turn thought that gave me license
Yep. I did
to
the same
use
thing.
it without the
8th
hard
grade.
R.
I remember.
Right?
Kyrie. I'm very sorry.
And so let me just say that to like
Other people
not
made
every
me
look
feel like
when,
I
yeah
could say
listen
it.
when you hear someone when you're out there and you hear someone say it, they're not like, they may be conditioned a certain way or whatever, and their brain, like, they don't realize it just is not cool. And like I've learned over the time, like, look, yeah,
oh yeah, it took me
it's
once.
just because even inside of that, I would use it inside of that context, right? But that's an anecdotal situation that's unique to them and their experience and how they. But like, that's what I needed to realize. But as a whole,
It's fucked up. When
collectively,
they called me,
societally,
Yeah.
like, I don't have, just because that's my experience doesn't mean I have license
So-
to throw it around. Yeah, what do you mean? Like, I used to be called that, and then I used to, it's just a friendly thing. I'm not,
Right,
it's
right.
like, no, it's just,
once I found out it was 8th grade for the whole up and down. Like enough black people called me sucker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I just like
Yeah.
replacing words makes me giggle. But yeah, so I had only ever heard the hard R because my parents. So I am just like, after about a month or two, I'm just like, I think I'll do it. I'm like, I mean, I like these.
Yeah.
I like them. Can I? I'm like, what's up? And I heard it.
and listen,
I heard.
I'll admit right here, I still do it, but I only do it to get a laugh out of my friends.
Yeah,
I
two
only
times
do it
to
around
it.
people who I
It's,
know.
we'll appreciate the laugh.
No,
or
either
serious
A, my
conversation
friends who
on
we've
race.
already we all do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we're not ever, listen, let me make it
I
perfectly
don't
clear.
ever soft
We're
day.
never ever referring to a person of color when we're
Right.
saying it. We're always saying it to each other.
It's really nice that
or
the last
just
20
throwing
minutes
it
of
in a
this is going to
sentence.
get cut out. Like
None
that.
of it's getting cut out. I'm telling you, I don't fucking edit this shit.
Good,
I don't want
good.
to. No, this is real life, man. This is truth. We're speaking truth. Just listen. All I'm saying is, but two people also that I know will make it a little like if I say it
Right, there are
in a
certain people
public
who are just like,
situation.
oh, you don't.
No,
you
because that's
don't-
what
you don't get- you
that's
don't
what
get the
comedians do.
boundaries.
It's I'll say because this is my joke. I'll go, this sucker's crazy, but I say it in
yeah.
that accent. This sucker's crazy, right?
And that's parody.
And then but if you say that subtly in public as a joke around people, they're like, dude, like, yeah, I love seeing the blood pressure
just-
rise a little and they get anxiety. They're like looking around to
We
see
just
if there's any
passed
people.
by
that
a
come-
Lids.
Yeah, they're like, is there anybody?
Are
I'm
you
like,
sure you can say that? We passed by a Lids. That's a shoe store.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all intent. It's all whatever. So, but I recognize that I don't have license to say it, and I don't anymore. I only do it subtly. Jokingly, admittedly, and if you listen,
This is
and
weird.
if
I
you
stopped
fucking
saying that
can't
around white
admit that you
people, though.
do, you're a fucking liar. It's the same thing about
Oh,
people
maybe.
who say they don't jerk off.
There are some people who I
like-
think really don't like have never said it, or at least like under
bel-
3 times. It's
I
like,
believe that.
I believe it. Like
I believe that. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm.
but there's certain people.
I haven't. I've done it by accident. I've done it on purpose and got reprimanded.
talking about the people whose personalities. Like, listen, dude, you're not fooling anybody. You fucking know.
Right. Oh, there's
We
some people
know.
who pretend. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, I would never.
Almost like those senators who are like way openly
Yeah.
against like gay marriage and this, that. Next thing you know, you find them fucking blowing dudes in a parking lot, and you're like, yeah, okay, dude. You're like, yeah. You seem to be like a little too,
loving it.
yeah. Yeah.
I can see why you didn't want people to do this. You just wanted more for yourself. You fucking cocksucker.
Selfish. No pun intended.
Yeah. Oh, that was yeah.
All right, what's next?
Ah, fuck keys.
See what we're at. We started the keys segment at like 35 minutes. We're an hour and 15 in.
Oh no shit.
So the keys almost can like drive
The
half
driving
the fucking,
force.
or there's like the half of the driving force of
Okay,
this podcast.
I
By the way,
ended
we also
on-
could have been. We would have had all these same conversations about the keys, but
Right.
it is a fun little thing.
This one I actually don't know. I feel like it has something to do with electrical work. Maybe this is a key to some lock that I'm pretty sure someone just took a bandsaw to my lock anyways.
Someday someone's gonna be like, dude, I fucking lost the key or whatever, and then you're gonna be like,
That's the moment I fantasize about. That's
you're
like
just
why
like,
I will
let
keep
me,
keys.
Let me try this. So are you a key hoarder?
No.
Do you hoard keys?
Both of these are identical, and they will both unlock every single key that goes to a company I worked at's locks, so I can get anywhere.
Wait. Every single lock.
Is the exact same. If you work for the company, you get a lock with a particular number on it.
Oh, this is one particular company.
Yes.
Oh, it almost sounded like every company you've ever worked for.
Imagine.
This key unlocks. I was like, dude, this guy's the fucking key master. Like, this, you need a door unlocked.
I have gotten keys
If
from
you
people I
need-
shouldn't have gotten, but I threw them out responsibly like a fucking idiot. And then this
So
is,
this
this
one
is a
company has
deadbolt.
the same key to every single
Everything.
lockers,
Everything.
fucking
Everything.
access doors, hatches.
Yep.
They were just like, make them all this. Look, we'll make this easy, dude. Make them all the same. Hand them out to everybody.
Yep.
Don't keep track of them or collect them when we fire people. Whatever.
Yeah,
You know?
'cause this thing I quit.
Stevie can get into the room to the main server, do whatever he
Yeah.
wants in there.
Yeah,
it's
he can.
fine. Like, but we trust that he won't.
There's pictures of me in a Speedo, just like kind of googly eyeing the camera in the back. Ooh, there could be an edit point if I could urinate.
Go for it. Weep. Watch this. We're back. Nice.
Back to the N-word.
We never left technically.
I know.
It's just you were like, hey, can we do a pee break? And then it goes, we're back. So like, theoretically, it never looked like
Which is
anything.
funny. We wanted to get it out because we were saying sucker for so long that like our white anticipation happened and we just had about 5 minutes of screaming the worst things in the world.
Yeah.
So that's
Dude,
why.
it's better than the. You know when you ever be caught in a situation where with comedians when they just hammer a fucking joke to death and you're like, dude, can I just? I really.
I want to
It's
leave.
so old. Yeah, I need to extract myself from this situation. It's actually, it was funny, literally the first and only the first time you said it.
Yeah.
And I was caught in at this hang with my buddies, and they were talking about neighbors. And then the whole running joke the whole rest of the night is, oh, neighbor, please. And it was just like, dude.
Yeah, you get that once. and then it's
Fucking
it.
go.
That's
Just-
the thing. That's my rule for on stage.
I was like, I
using
need,
that
and I
word.
was eating mushrooms. I was tripping too,
And it was
so
still
I was like
boring.
having fun.
Imagine
and
being
then it's-
bored on mushrooms.
Oh my god! And then just like, all right, it was.
Yeah.
It made me chuckle kind of the first time, and
Yeah.
now it's like just uncomfortable, and it's actually making me question your integrity. Like, are you racist or not, dude? Because
Right?
like,
Some
how
people
badly
will
do you need to
really-
hammer this joke
especially-
home?
I've seen people who I liked a lot and then just drink enough where I'm like, oh, I thought that
Yeah,
was
the real
just,
you came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I thought that was a
I thought it was all
shtick.
just a yeah, right.
No.
Yeah.
That's your real personality, and it's
Yeah.
actually kind of make me a little uncomfortable. Now.
Yeah, and sometimes it's horrible.
Yeah, and I'm ashamed of myself for thinking that you
But
were cool.
also, we are all comics, so we always believe that if anyone's doing anything awful, they're saying anything awful. The point is of saying things awful is for it to be a shtick. I mean, it should be, anyways. It isn't always.
you say the awful thing to get a rise out of people.
And then,
the
but
chuckle.
also, it does often bring. I mean, off stage, it can bring some very fun conversation and just interesting, because everybody has different views on the sucka / the neighbor / whatever. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I have very strict guidelines on the word, but watching Chappelle and Louis, people who I respect so much, and they're just obvious influences and everything, I'm like, they did it in a way that made me explode with just laughter. And it wasn't, I don't think it was more profound than just laughter, but yeah, it just immediately set the rule of it. Well, it kind of, when I saw other people use it, not perfectly, it very quickly became there's respect needed for this word to be used in comedy.
Very
So that's why-
fragile. It's
that's the
very
only
fragile.
reason-
What does bum me out though is people who say like, well, they have license to do it because
That's
they're at
not
this.
true.
It's like,
Louis
well, how
CK
the
wasn't
fuck do
Louis
you
CK.
think they got to get
Right.
to the point that they got license
they're
to
like,
do
"You're not
that?
Louis CK." And
There's
then-
so many way more offensive things that they've said and ate shit for that aren't recorded that you don't that you're not privy to.
Oh, yeah.
That you don't get to critique. That was probably way worse,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what got them. Like put them through the ringer and got them earned them their stripes to get to the point where that not that they have license to do this, but they're able to fucking finesse it in a way that doesn't fucking rub you the wrong way.
Yep.
But like the only way you can get that,
And some people still
is
will,
to
but-
throw shit against the wall, and you're literally. I'm not literally because
that's the only time I won't
The
throw-
definition of literally's changed, by the way, so I can't say that.
I
technically.
won't throw shit on the wall. I will for every other joke, but that. So
No,
that's
that's
why I've tried to write one. It's an N-word joke. Is let's see if I can really make it perfect. And I
don't.
never have succeeded
I'm not even interested in trying. I'm really
because
not.
it's so hard. And that's
Well, I guess
and
if
why-
you're okay, when you say it like that, if you're looking at it as a challenge,
it is a huge challenge.
but I bet you there's probably people out there
Who
that are
don't
like,
think of it
dude,
that way."
look at your skin color. Like,
Oh, yeah.
What? Why are you?
I don't-
Why, Stevie, are you even interested in taking on this challenge?
Right.
Of all the
I've been surrounded by too
avenues
many
in the-
brown people to give a shit about that conversation.
Your girlfriend's black.
Yeah, my entire friend group
Yeah.
is brown.
But does that
Or
give Stevie
worse.
license to try to work on N-word jokes?
The only thing
and
that
then
gives me
every white person, woke white person, is like,
will say,
no.
"Of
And then
course
you
not."
go home and your girlfriend's like, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've made her
Fucking, of
laugh
course.
doing some hard R's before, which is something I will never tell her mother because I have respect for human beings and I know what humans should do. But yeah, oh my god, the worst things I could possibly.
That's
say.
great that you can have
She's
that
the
kind of
shit.
relationship with
It
her. And
is the least amount of any. It's never been anything but fun for 3 years.
you guys been together for 3 years?
Yeah, we
Nice.
haven't had our first argument yet.
Sometimes that's
We're having
listen.
just fun.
I had that too,
Yeah.
but there were other things. But yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is almost like
And
too
that's
good
the
to
thing.
be true.
I'm almost fine, and I've thought about it because every guy thinks about what would happen if she was just cheating on me and I had no idea. I'd be
Yeah, that's
fine
why
with-
we don't argue all the time, because she gets fucking
Yeah, yeah.
When she gets frustrated, she goes and gets dick down nice and
Yeah.
fucking comes back and
I
fucking
would
smiling.
be fine with that. I think not that I would
I
like
would not.
continue the relationship, but I'm like, yeah, if I get to spend 3 years having an amazing time with someone who I care about,
You just like
I've sexually desensitized myself where it's like if she-
selectively naive. You're like purposefully just like, all right, cool. Well,
I'm like,
I'm
if-
happy, so
if
it's like,
that's
that doesn't affect
happening,
me.
like let's say the entire time, I mean the entire time would be a little rough, but like if she started right,
Yeah, you're like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
lady, what the fuck?
But if I found out, things just kept on being good, and then I found out she started cheating, I don't think the moments where I am still just being fucking happy, the fact that we can both be just horrible and having fun at the same time, I don't think it would mean any less. And I think it's been so good so much already that if this was just a really fun time, even if it meant nothing, I would be content with that being the case.
Nice.
Which is fucked, but yeah, I mean that was a fucking growth.
What's
thing.
your girlfriend's name?
Kiana.
Shout out to Kiana.
Right?
I really hope you're not cheating on Stevie because
Right?
you sound awesome.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah,
way too
don't.
much.
I mean, he would be fine with
In a
it
good
because
way.
you've kept him happy, but
Right.
also like I disagree. Not cool.
I've been liberated
At
enough.
what price? Right, but like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. Cheating doesn't bother. Also, I've cheated on every girlfriend I've ever had my entire life except this one, and I've told her that I'm like, I really want to cheat on you. I'm just too sexual of a person where I'm like, I would love to fuck other people. Of course I would. Of course I would.
Yeah,
And
you'd be lying if you said
yeah,
otherwise.
and that's why it's probably such a good relationship. Is we do it's
all
just
right.
like, hey, I haven't, and I didn't.
You're just like, well, I honestly I would have.
But
you
I
you're like
really
you
want-
beat me to the punch.
There's some day because there's just days where the man fucking fuck something. I just really want to. Where that whole thing is taken over way more than it needs to.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's days where I'm like, oh, I really want to cheat on her right now. Of
well,
course,
I
there
applaud
is.
your restraint.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why there's a
What an
Patrice
awesome
line.
guy. I mean, listen, look at how badly he wants to cheat on his girlfriend and hasn't.
It's not all the time, but there have been moments for sure. There's it's some Patrice line about not cheating. Oh, it's women should not like often on command on a fucking timer, but you should thank the other person for not cheating on you thus far. Because
I
I'm
would.
sure it's not that it's not easy, but it's like there's been times where I'm like, wow, I'm a Facebook message away from definitely
Depending on
cheating
how
you.
attractive they are.
What do you mean?
Well, if you got an attractive girlfriend or
Yeah.
boyfriend, you should definitely be like, oh, thank God, like they're not cheating on me. But if you're like,
Oh, yeah, I
I
don't
could
give a
probably
shit.
do better, it's like, well,
Nah, I don't.
I'm just kidding. By the way,
Yeah,
How
okay.
fucking much of a douchebag did I just sound like?
Well,
I was
it's
totally
true.
kidding.
There is I feel like early, because my girlfriend's like retarded gorgeous. It's
Nice.
in the beginning. I
you.
think you've met her, right? Big titty black chick. She just, yeah, skinny, big butt, big tits, perfect face.
Has she been at a skew ever?
Yeah.
Really?
She loves askew, but she works almost every Tuesday. So
Her name is.
Kiana,
I don't think I've met Kiana.
I feel like you have. Maybe in passing, and I didn't introduce
maybe
her to
I'll-
anybody.
yeah.
So that happens.
Well, there you go.
But oh, what was my point? Ah, fuck. Keys. I'm done with keys. We're fucked.
You got through.
We're
all-
fucked.
Did
We
you
got
get-
nothing.
Did you get through?
My
all
last
of them?
one was a
We were
deadbolt.
talking about cheating and stuff like that. Well, this is perfect because we're at 1:30 on the dot.
Fuck yeah.
It's 6:04 p.m. I told Andy we're a hard out at 6 because I got hockey at 7:30 and I still have
Sure.
to drop him off and blah 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 blah. So I say it's the perfect time to end it, but
Yep.
it doesn't just end like that. We end on a segment.
Okay.
The guest
That would be me.
whispers one line or phrase into my ear, and we're being more diligent, militant about this because I've been a little more lenient in the past where the guests have written down like entire phrase, like sentences, like paragraphs. No, it says one phrase or one word and that's it. You whisper it into my ear. I have to say it with a smile and a thumbs up to the camera.
Oh.
So no matter what you tell me,
It has
one
to be
word or
done.
phrase, I have to say it. Just to give you an example, Mason made me say Trump 2024 last week.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
a smile
All right.
and a thumbs up to the.
that's
It's just a fun little thing.
Right. All
It's
right.
I've said before, like I am kind of modeling this after my favorite podcasts, and I admittedly am stealing from Andrew Santino a little bit.
Love that guy.
He has on his Whiskey Ginger, he has his guest.
Is that his podcast? I know Bad Friends. I didn't know Whiskey Ginger.
Whiskey Ginger was before Bad Friends,
Okay.
and then he started Bad Friends with Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
He's
would have
obviously the guy who carries that. As much as I love Bobby Lee, I'm like, holy shit.
what from the business standpoint, but from the podcast standpoint, like you could say Bobby Lee's
Oh, he holds his
craziness,
own.
and then even like Rudy now, how they play with like
love
So
Rudy.
I love that show. My brother listens to it all the time. It's a fucking great show.
A
Check out
non-
Bad Friends.
A
you're-
non-comic told me about that podcast. I had no idea.
If you're looking for a good podcast to watch, check out Bad Friends. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but Whiskey Ginger, Andrew Santino has the guest
Mm-hmm.
look at the camera and say one word or phrase. So, admittedly, I'm stealing from that a little bit, but I think it gives the guests an opportunity to fuck with me a little bit.
Right. And of course that's.
But
the
also,
energy.
everybody at home knows that you're the one that fucking did it. So it's like, yeah, I'm fucking crazy. You didn't want to get with it.
Right.
All right. So
All right, let's fucking
we get the mics out of our fucking life. And then you just... All right, but whisper, because these are sensitive. Yeah, which they probably heard that.
Definitely needs to be phrased that.
I see the mic moving. Andy, did you have the headphones on? Do you think he could hear? I feel like I saw the bar moving.
The jiggle was wiggling. All right, was that too much?
No,
Okay.
listen. Fuck. I knew this was gonna. Just let me say, I knew this was gonna happen at some point.
Yeah.
So it's my own goddamn
This
fault.
is the one I'm putting on TikTok, by the way.
I fucking knew this was gonna happen. I
Oh,
did it.
I can-
I did it to myself. Listen, it is what it is, dude.
Get your thumbs up. Do it.
I have to start with thumbs up. I usually say it and then do the thumbs up. But, like,
Okay,
you're
all
ma-
right, all
you're
right.
ma-
Now I'll let your thumbs be your own. You know,
I can't believe I did it to myself. I fucking did it to myself.
it's also the vein of the whole. All right.
I personally wouldn't focus. I personally would never fuck one of the blacks. You fucking son of a bitch, dude. All right.
Quality content.
Hey.